30 Rock.
30
Alec
Rock.
Baldwin. Diet Pepsi.
Boom.
Taco Bell.
That tastes like shit.
Nukes. What do they call this place? Express Cafe.
I don't know if you guys have ever drank Diet Pepsi before, but it tastes like
Asshole.
Satan's
Diet's
piss.
not cool.
Hi, and welcome to Probably Comics. I'm Thomas.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Link.
And this is our weekly segment, What's in the Box?
What's in the box? Can you tell me what is inside of that vessel?
Where we talk about the comics that we bought this week.
Oh, good.
That may stay in, but you do remember that we have
We have 1,000
gold
of
and
them.
what's in the
Yeah.
boxes on deck.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about some comic books we got this week.
Yeah.
Tyler is king of comic books.
Am I? Thomas, did you count yours?
I got 14.
Oh, I'm by far king of
Tyler's
comic
got
books.
19. I had 12 this week.
How much was your total? Mine was $60 even.
Mine was about $48.
I was about 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm king of comics.
All
This
right. So we're gonna
All hail!
All hail the
All
Bun
hail
King.
the king of comics!
well, and so really all that means is that almost every comic that we talk about, you're gonna have to listen to Tyler's voice.
Yeah.
And so
Pretty much.
As
There's
per,
like
as per usual.
there's one.
whether he
oh,
read it or not.
At least I don't huff and puff when I'm not part of it.
Green Lantern. My name's Thomas. I hate the Green Lantern. Green Lantern's for fags.
That's exactly what I sound like.
all right, we're gonna start out with Bendis and Bagley's brilliant number 2.
Woo!
Uh,
6
this
months in the
was-
making.
This was Tyler and Thomas.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've been
yeah.
waiting on it for a while.
Yeah.
I might read this, but I didn't really like the first one enough to
I
buy
find
it.
that so hard to believe.
Yeah, I just no, but Superman's not in this.
It's
There's
just
no,
such a
there's no
it's just
special-
such a like
there's no people I already know.
it's
so,
it's creator owned. It's just like the thing. It's such a fresh. It's such a fresh idea.
Yeah, it's a good take on the idea of the superhero and
Yeah.
what having power and with Bendis, I think being a big Spider-Man guy, I think it has a lot to do with great power comes great responsibility, and what do you do with the great power? And I think it's been interesting to see what Amadeus has chosen to do with his newfound power.
Right.
I do like that they're all named after crazy smart people, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Amadeus and Marie, right? And like,
Yeah.
Cool.
It's I really like it. It's taken too long to come out. It wouldn't be so bad if like the Infinite Vacation is a 6-month book, and at the end of each issue it says coming in 6 months this book, and so
this-
you know to expect that. Okay, I gotta wait 6 months. This one they keep on saying, okay, it's coming out. No, really. No, okay, it's coming out.
No, really, it's coming
Like
out.
I mean, they
promise.
tease it. I mean, it's been on the Marvel shipping list like 5 times.
Yeah, they keep saying that it's going to come out and keep saying it's going to come out, and then it never did, and it finally did, and it was worth the wait. But Jesus Christ, Bendis,
Yeah.
put out another fucking book.
The story basically is it's Amadeus, and he's the whole thing was basically him gaming the casino while they explained how they got the powers to work. So I mean, it was
science.
with science. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. If you're not reading it, it's not hard to find.
I guess
It's really not.
it wasn't for us.
They always have number 1s.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2 just came out, and I'm sure that they didn't sell out. I didn't look for it because it was in my pull, but
They had a few
it was
copies
on
at
the
Kingdom.
shelf, definitely.
yeah,
It was definitely that's where I got mine, was on the shelf.
yeah, it's good.
All right. Tyler and I think, read Journey into Mystery 633,
Yes.
Kieran Gillen.
Kieran Gillen explains stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah. The back half of this book is great.
I wouldn't even say
What's-
half. Like the last
Well,
18 pages are really
Yeah,
good.
but
like,
the first 2 or 3, it took me.
Unreadable.
I was telling Tyler, it took me 20 minutes to read the first 2 or 3.
it's like
Really?
reading a novel.
and the print is very small, and there's a lot going. Actually, there's
And it
nothing
uses that
going on.
stupid
It's just,
dwarf
doesn't-
font.
just 5 people sitting around.
Yeah, what are they called?
saying nothing. The Lords of Fear.
Lords of Fear.
But after that, there's some really cool stuff. with
basically,
Damien
they're complaining.
Hellstrom
They're
and-
complaining about the serpent, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we shouldn't have sent that serpent because he didn't do a very good job. And then that's all that they had
Yeah.
to say. Like
That ain't good.
Right. That he didn't do good.
But Loki is still hilarious.
Yeah, it's fun.
He's really sharp.
the torrent of bits.
Yeah. The relationship between him and Leah
Yeah.
is getting more and more fun and
Yeah.
more and more.
They go for
interesting.
a shaken milk.
Shaken milk.
Yeah. what happened to the cow that made the milk this way?
You don't want to know.
It was really. It's funny.
He says it's really terrible.
Yeah, it's really terrible. What happened to the cow? It's really funny now. I'm afraid that it'll lose its sheen if something doesn't start happening pretty soon.
Yeah.
But it's funny to hear them say like he got all these movies on the torrent of bits on his pad of eye, which that's funny now. But Kieran Gillen, you need to write a story.
Well, and all the Damien Hellstrom stuff at the end is exciting.
Yeah. It was good.
All right. New Avengers number 20.
Tyler said this was really good.
Was it just me?
I didn't
I
read it.
liked it a
Oh,
lot.
you read it?
Yeah. Oh,
It was good. It renewed my faith in this.
It was getting really
source.
talky in the last couple issues.
It's basically the New Avengers versus George W. Bush. How much does Osborn look like George W. Bush? He looks just like George Bush.
Yeah, but he's got like powers without his goblin stuff and his Iron Patriot armor.
They really didn't explain that either.
I think that's the point. I
Okay.
think they will explain.
He's just
it.
like super strong. He threw Nick Cage into the ocean.
Luke
Yes.
Cage.
That's what I said.
You said
You
Nick
said
Cage.
Nick
Did I say Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Oh, I got thrown into the ocean.
Nick Cage has superpowers. He can't die from all the drugs and booze that's in his
Nick
system.
Cage can't make a good movie.
Yeah.
That's his superpower.
That's his superpower is that he's the weatherman.
I will say
That's a
again
good
though,
movie.
like this crew of the weatherman.
That's a
This
good
crew
movie.
of Dark Avengers
Mhm.
are so like Z-list characters that it's hard
Yeah.
for me to care about them, other than the fact that they're kind of kicking.
I don't know who any of them are, other than that they're analogs of these heroes.
Well, sort of.
Like except for Son of Hulk, that's the only one that I
Yeah,
understand.
Star.
But like
Um,
the Six-Armed Spider-Man, I don't know who that
I'm
is.
not sure who that is.
Fake
Gorgon,
Wolverine,
yeah.
don't know who that is. Like it's, but I don't care because it's
No, it's
the
exciting.
story's really good.
The Hawkeye guy is apparently
It's his
Barton's
brother.
brother.
Yeah.
But all right. But yeah, getting better.
Yeah.
Go New Avengers.
It's good. It's the only Avengers. It's the only Avengers book that I'm going to continue to read, except for Secret Avengers.
So The Ray number 2. I did not read this because I had to. I'm trying to save money, but of course I picked up Scarlet Spider. But
Well, you picked right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. It was. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. But if I could only have picked that or Scarlet Spider, I would have picked Scarlet Spider.
I wish that it weren't so Monster of the Monthy.
Well, I think
looks
that's
like
the thing.
I
Isn't
wanna-
like the overarching
The
villain.
first arc is called The Ray, and so I'm worried.
It's not an arc. It's a mini.
It's a mini?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
of 5, right?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I wanted it to be like a thing.
No. The Ray is always limited series. It's of 6.
do you notice what he's fighting on front of on the cover?
Yeah, and
He's
they're-
fighting rays.
the stingrays. But the thing is, like, they're opposite rays.
What
Yeah,
does that
they
mean?
fly in the air.
Yeah,
They
and
have
and he killed them by dragging them into the ocean
because they're attracted to light.
It was really silly.
Weird.
But we find out that like the main overarching villain is going to be kind of like Ed Harris in the Truman Show, where he's like a director and he's like, he's directing all. It's basically Watchmen.
Mm.
Yeah,
Who-
he's just
who watches the Ray.
Well, yeah, he's decided the Ray is going to be his protagonist.
Mhm.
And he's just
Oh,
going
I
to throw
see.
everything he's got at him.
But it's just interesting because like that. I guess he was just sitting idly by waiting on a San Diego superhero to show up, because this takes place where all the other superheroes are real things, but he's just in San Diego, so it doesn't quite add up. But whatever.
All right. Magneto Not a Hero, 3 of 4. Man.
Scotty Young, you're doing a great job.
dude.
It's good.
It's way good.
It's good.
Next issue is going to be action packed. I feel
Well, you hope so.
it better be.
It'll
this
probably
one-
end up being something like he's got degenerative problems or something.
Like Joseph is just dying.
Yeah.
is he?
Well, because we just found out exactly what Joseph is up to, what
Yeah.
his thing is, and it's pretty sweet. I think my favorite moments of the whole book, though, were Magneto recovering from the fight.
talking to
And
Scott.
and talking, and Cyclops and Magneto talking shit to each other.
Oh, I love how real they are with each other.
Yeah.
man. Like,
I mean, they don't like each other.
no. Yeah.
They're
At
mortal
all.
enemies.
Oh, I love that. He's like, well, what else would you do? He's like, go teach at Logan's school.
And then he was like,
And it cuts to Cyclops, and it's like the visor lights up. And he's just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
"We'll go teach
Sure
at
you
Logan.
will,
Go teach
yeah.
at Logan school. That's probably a really good idea."
That's like it's gonna be the stock answer. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just go teach at Logan's school.
Yeah.
I won't get my ass kicked on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, except for
Whatever. They're on top of a living island.
Yeah, but he's cool now.
Like a
Oh, he's cool now.
Yeah.
Except
A
unless you
sad
pee on the
teenager.
flowers.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that
if
later.
you, if
but
you
he's
pee on
cool
the
now.
flowers, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, not a hero. Really good. All the other Brotherhood, creepy.
Gone.
Yeah.
Dead now, right? Didn't he kill them all?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he laid waste.
Wade
Yeah.
laced.
He laid waste to all of
He
them
did.
in a pretty big
He
way.
smote
Yeah.
them up on the mountainside.
He did indeed. He cut off their foreskin for no reason at all, other than that it looks nicer.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
All right, Thomas, talk to us about Deadpool 49 Evil Deadpool conclusion.
Oh yeah,
Is it the
it's-
conclusion?
It is the conclusion of the
Literally
evil
says
Deadpool story.
evil
When's the
Deadpool
dot one? Is there a dot one?
The point one will be next month, and then I assume like a week or two after that will be issue 50, where we find out how Deadpool croaks, because they're gonna
Or
find a
does
way to
he?
kill him. But basically, what this has been about is, and they kind of talk about this pretty explicitly. Evil Deadpool is essentially the way that Deadpool feels about evil Deadpool is supposed to be an analog for the way that everyone else in the world feels about Deadpool, and it's to the point where like all Deadpool really wants is for it to all be over. Like he's to the point where he's like, I'm ready to just die. Like I don't know if I can. I'm tired of living in a world where no one gives a shit about me. No one cares about what I think or all the people that I save. No one notices. No one cares. How am I even a hero if everyone hates me for no reason? And so that's
He's having a very existential crisis.
right. And even when it's finally revealed that there are two of them and Deadpool kind of survives, the cliffhanger is that there's some kind of dart that shows up that no one knows where it came from, but it hits evil Deadpool, and his face goes from the fucked up, lots of body parts to looking like Wade Wilson really looks, which is like a handsome blonde man.
So it took his powers away, or
Well, evil Deadpool dies.
yeah.
And
But in so doing,
and evil Deadpool, it ends with evil Deadpool being like, well, I guess you finally got what you wanted, and Deadpool just says, no, you got what I wanted. And that's how the book
Deep.
ends. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
This is a lot less wacky
It's not
humorous.
Deadpool.
than I
Yeah,
thought
like
would
it
be.
ends on a real like downer note,
It's real
but
somber.
yeah, it was really really cool. I liked the way it ended a lot. The point one is apparently a musical.
Of course. it is.
What?
Of
It
course.
is.
it
It's a
is.
musical
Oh my
starring a bunch of
God.
Deadpool's campier villains, and then
Yes.
issue 50. I'm super stoked for.
I
Yeah.
might read.
Yeah, I think
a
I'm gonna jump
musical.
on. I'm gonna jump on the point
I'll
one. I
let
think.
Reese read the point one.
I regret not having read this evil Deadpool stuff. It always sounds good every time you talk about it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
All right. The Strange Talent of Luther Strange.
Strode.
Strode. Oh, it looks like it says Strange.
Luther Strange is
Can I try that?
an
again?
elected official here
Yeah,
in
he's-
Alabama.
Oh, okay. The Strange Talent of Luther Strange. Tyler.
You fucked it up again.
You did it again.
It's Strode.
It's my cat's fault.
It's
3-2.
not. It's not. His last name is not Strange. Just remember that.
Strode.
He's not Doctor Strange.
The Strange Talent of Luther Strode.
There you go.
Yeah.
From Image Comics,
from Image
celebrating
Comics.
20 years.
Mhm.
Who's reading this?
Me,
And it's
the king of comics.
it's
the
4
king
of
of
6.
comics.
So have you been reading this?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
This
just
is.
haven't talked about it.
No, no, we haven't talked about it. It basically, it's a kid who's like a nerdy, skinny kid, and he gets this thing in the mail called the Hercules method, which is like a training, like a type of training, so that you're not so wimpy anymore.
Mhm.
Turns out that it's like a secret society or something. We're not totally sure yet, of like super strong people that are mean, and that have like heightened sensory, like they can sense how a fight's going at any one time, so that they can plan around it. It's like Taskmaster, I guess.
Yeah, like predictive fighting.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. So it's him like dealing with the mob, and he wants to be a hero, and so he's like bouncing around in the dark trying to find somebody to fight, and he can't find anybody. When he does, it's some guy that's beating up his girlfriend, and his girlfriend gets mad at him because she's like got a personality disorder or something. It's good. It's the thing is, like, they still haven't explained anything. They've only got 2 issues left, so I feel like the whole series is leading up to the explanation of what's going on,
Yeah.
which I don't know if I'm a fan of or not, but I've enjoyed reading them. The end.
But all right, let's talk about Wolverine and the X-Men #4. Jason Aaron.
Oh, and the debut of Nick Bradshaw as the artist instead of Chris
and
Bacalo,
what
I
a
guess.
welcome change for Tyler Mills. Love the new artist. Did not enjoy the art before on this book.
I really liked it.
I'm gonna remind myself.
Okay.
But
With you.
I thought that it was a really exciting book. I love the chemistry of the students, and I love that they're finally getting to the part where we're getting more about what's going on with them. Like it's like it seems less like a book about Wolverine and more a book that's sort of because when it got announced, I was like, oh, it'll be Uncanny X-Men, but with Wolverine's team, and it really seems to be more of like a Generation Hope.
Yeah.
With Wolverine's team.
Totally. It's really good now. It's actually it's still not my favorite X-Men book, but it's better than Uncanny.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
by
so.
a long shot.
Long
but
shot.
what was interesting is like at the beginning you get this they get a couple of pages basically explaining, not in so many words, but basically explaining like this is not a Wolverine book. Wolverine's got a lot of other shit going on. We're going to be focusing on the students.
If you want Wolverine, you need to read X-Force or Wolverine.
Or Wolverine.
Yeah. After that last issue of Wolverine, I'm fucking hooked, man. I'm ready to. But we'll
300?
talk about that later.
It was good. I don't know if I'll keep. We'll talk about it later. But it's like he's basically like, yeah, this is Wolverine's school, and these are his X-Men, but we're gonna focus on his X-Men. And the stuff with Angel and Iceman is really cool.
Oh, let's talk about Angel's new power set.
Well, you find out that he can an
resurrect.
Angel. Like he's just an angel
So
now.
Thomas has a great
This is-
theory.
Life seed.
Yeah.
It's all the life seed, man. He got stabbed with the life seed. Now he's a real angel now. He can bring people back to life because he brings the dog back.
Well, he obviously brought himself back to life too.
He
'cause
also loves
died.
hugs.
Yeah, and he's got
He
white
likes
eyes.
hugs.
He does have white eyes.
And he's a student now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they put him in the
really-
school.
It's great. He was Warren Worthington. I was so scared what was going to happen to Warren, and this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect.
Tyler, Resurrection Man #5.
Yep.
Angel of Death is our.
I
one.
totally read it. I read that book.
Was it bad?
No, it was. We're getting a Resurrection Man origin story of sorts. I guess like we have this flashback to when he was in the army, and he was in. I assume it's the Gulf War, but he was like an army scientist, and he had this like regenerative serum that he was given to people that got wounded in battle to see if their arms would grow back and shit. And he gets stabbed with it, and that's where it ends. So I assume that's where his powers come from. He can't die.
But doesn't he have another facet to his power, which is being able to manifest a new power every time?
He doesn't. He's not able to. It just happens that way.
Okay.
Like when he comes back from the dead, he's got a new power, which depending on the situation normally helps him out. It's a solid book. I'm really enjoying it. I can't say that I recommend unless you just really love DC.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to read Grifter anymore, this is a great replacement for Grifter because it's basically the same character except for he's got powers and can't die.
Cool.
So I'm enjoying it. The end.
He doesn't grift.
No,
Not as much.
no grifting. He resurrects, as the name might imply.
All right. Regenesis X Factor #230. I
So,
think this is you two fellas.
This is my first X Factor ever.
It's my fourth X Factor book ever. I have one issue of X Factor from the Phalanx Covenant.
If you are willing, to slowly if you've never read X Factor before and you're willing to slowly go through it, referencing the character page a lot and doing some Wikipedia research, it is well worth it. It's very well written.
but if you're like me and don't care,
Right. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter. But it's extremely well written. I really like the art. I really like that Havoc and Polaris are going to come back and lead everybody.
That's what they
good.
needed.
Yeah,
That,
because they're in complete disarray. They all hate each other and they're all fighting.
And with Madrox dead, I think it has a
He's
lot
not
to do.
dead.
Well,
and I
to
think
them,
that
he may as well
that's-
be.
I think that
What
is
happened to
cool.
him?
You know who that is?
Yeah,
the
multiple
multiple
man.
man. He's in an alternate dimension, and he's finding out that he thinks his power might be pulling other hims from alternate dimensions.
yeah, he might. He thinks that he is a
Oh.
dupe
Yeah.
in
So
that alternate dimension.
Right, so that
That's
one-
what he's
so
he's
some
trying to figure it out right
alternate him duped him from his dimension from his universe to another one. So
Holy
his
crap.
yeah, isn't that cool?
That's cool.
That's
I
cool.
might read this.
Yeah, Peter. I mean, that's a really cool plot point to me. Like that's like because that kind of turns the idea of multiplicity on its head, which I'm all for.
But I really liked it a lot. I think Peter David's a fantastic writer. I think he knows his characters and his cast really, really well.
It must
Yeah,
have.
I think you have to.
Well, and it must have a pretty good following to last 230 issues.
It's one of the bigger mid-tier X titles, and it's been that way for a really long time.
And he's written every issue, right?
Yeah, it is his baby. Peter David is
That
the
is
only one who writes
crazy.
X Factor.
Alrighty. Wolverine number 300.
Ooh, man, it was so good.
Can I say I loved it? Had to put it down twice. It was lengthy.
How many?
It's a
pages is
$5
it?
book, at least like 50 something.
50 or 60.
Mhm.
It's lengthy, and the thing is, like, it would have worked fine as one issue. There was stuff in here that could have been a page that was like a whole chapter.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to do this. They did it to make some money. But I really enjoyed it. I like the Japan stuff.
Oh yeah.
All the ninjas and whatnot. Love
Just
it.
That's
once I
always
want to
been
go
a-
to Japan without being attacked by a plane full of ninjas.
Yeah.
Wolverine number 300 is a fantastic read. If you didn't get it, do yourself a favor and go get it.
I agree.
It's really good. It's the second part of an arc. It may help orient you if you had read the previous issue.
I don't think so.
I
didn't.
You can pick it up. It
The
would help.
numbering is confusing.
The numbering is confusing because the previous one was what, number 19?
Yeah.
Um,
Because Jason
How
Aaron
is it
took
number
over it.
300?
Well, it's the 300
It's the
issue of
300th
Wolverine. It's
issue.
like Fantastic Four 600.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Boom. Carnage USA.
Still really great.
whoop, whoop.
God, it's so scary.
5. Oh man.
So we find out that there are survivors, and they live
Yeah.
They live where the
Like a-
meat factory.
Yeah, they live in the meatpacking
No,
plant.
no, no, no. They live in the zoo.
Oh, in the
Oh, in
zoo.
the
private
zoo
of
because the guy,
owner of
the
meatpacking
eccentric
plant.
millionaire, had a zoo, and Spider-Man was like, "Oh man, a lion," and then they were like, "Yeah, but Carnage is scarier than lions."
Though I do
Yeah,
wonder
right?
if
It was like, oh, yeah, I realized
Is
that
that
after
how
I
that?
asked.
That's how that went down, right?
I
Lions are so scary. Yeah, what about Carnage though? He's real scary. He's scary. What about Carnage lions? Oh no.
well no,
That
I
ain't
was about to
good.
say
That ain't
I
good.
do wonder if we're gonna get like Carnage Lions the way we have Hulk
No,
Snake.
because they've got the
And
electric
Hulk
fence
bats.
set up.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because so that he can't
So
get
he
in.
can't get in.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they're going to solve this one. Spidey seems to be in a bit of a pickle.
Boy, does he.
Boy, howdy.
Because the Avengers are like, well, we're going to leave him alone. And
well,
then like
half
the
the
ones
Avengers
who
are
the ones who were with him are Carnagey.
and it's not only are they Carnegie, it's Captain America,
Hawkeye,
Hawkeye,
The
and
Thing.
the
Thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
and
like-
Wolverine.
Oh yeah, and Wolverine. It's like the worst
bad.
people to be.
Yeah.
Carnage.
It's bad. And then
Like
we
Hulk
like
is the only person I can imagine it being a more worst case scenario.
and then the dad whose children we saw get taken by the bathtub in issue
Oh
1.
man,
Carnage has taken that family psychotically as his own, a la 7. And he's convincing his wife and children to decapitate their father
No,
to show their allegiance
yeah,
to Carnage.
so that the guy's wife can have her children again.
It is truly screwed up. Like
Man.
it's really quite haunting. It's very good though. This is like everything you could have asked for out of a Carnage story.
I like all the stuff in the middle about the symbiotes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about
the
that.
symbiote task
And Scorn.
force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's
Oh,
awesome.
I love
And
when
Scorn is
Scorn-
awesome.
And she's
Oh
over
my
in the
God.
corner. They're like, "Why
They're-
haven't you said anything?" She's like, the mewing of your symbiotes is making us freak out."
yeah.
yeah,
'Cause
it's
she's
like
the
you're
robot symbiote, right?
tainted.
Yeah, she. It's a technopath basically, or she can.
It's great.
She can
She's like
integrate
Forge.
machines. Yeah.
She's like a symbiote forge.
Or William Stryker
in
in the Ultimates universe.
Let's go with Forge. Bitch.
Or Forge.
no, but yeah, she's awesome.
Point of order.
So wait,
We do not have a quorum.
All right, Thomas. 260.1 X-Men Legacy.
Oh, this is the point one.
This is the point one.
Mm.
I
Why
like
do
to,
a point? Why do a point one in the middle of what's supposed to be an entire like jump on?
because
thing.
Mike Carey left like a 5-year run on the book.
Oh, it's a new author now.
It's Christus Gage
Is it
from
good?
Avengers Academy.
Is he still writing Avengers Academy?
And Dark Horses.
Are we gonna cross fingers get a new
Angel
writer
and
on that?
Faith. I thought it was really fun. There are a few conversations with Gambit about what his actual intentions with coming to the school were, and if it was because Rogue was separated from Magneto that he thought he might actually have a chance.
Boy, what a odd talking child that would be.
Yeah.
Holding fiend divided into
Have you?
I'm Rogues, baby.
Have you noticed?
Shut
Shut up. Have you noticed in Ultimate X-Men that she doesn't do the all that stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that guy's a writer worth his salt.
She really didn't do that in this book. Christmas Cage kind of dropped writing the dialect in, except for Gambit. Gambit still is written in full dialect.
If you're not Irvine Welsh, you don't get to do that.
But
Literature joke.
I thought that it was fun. It was a one and done story. It was
It's 0.1.
It was okay.
A point one and done.
It wasn't as good as the last 3
It's a
issues of
1/10.
it have been.
It's
Okay.
a 1/10. I get it.
All right, Thomas.
Oh, me again.
Batwoman number 5.
Wow, I can't believe you're the only one reading. You're the only one reading a DC title. Did you ever think you'd say that about yourself?
No.
Yeah, you're the only one
Wow.
of us reading this particular DC title.
Well, Batwoman number 5 was the conclusion of a big arc that I guess has to do with this a weeping water woman who's been stealing the children of Gotham and drowning them.
Say that 5 times quick.
That
Weeping
actually
water woman,
sounds
weeping water
really
woman,
good.
Weeping water woman, weeping water woman, weeping water woman.
Okay, that's fine.
But so it's
Probably tongue twisters.
it got a little gothy at the end.
The
As
whole-
this book seems to be.
She's a pale-faced lesbian.
Yeah,
it's gothy.
She's a pale-faced West Point dropout, or no, she was kicked out because
West
of Don't Ask,
Point?
Don't Tell. Yeah, she's
She got
military.
doted?
Yeah, she got Don't Ask, Don't Telled, and Don't Ask, Don't Told.
Didn't ask, won't tell.
But so you know, she's like a proud woman, a proud lesbian, a soldier, but above all, she's Batwoman.
Sure.
And there's something going on with her, like her identity got compromised, and so Batman's all like, you need to join Batman Inc., and she's like, I don't feel like taking orders from you, and so she joins this other organization
actually-
because they're
he
like,
actually
if you
talks to
don't
her?
join,
Yeah.
all the time.
It's Gotham. They all talk to each
No,
other.
I know. I mean, just like anytime somebody shows up in the Bat costume, he's got to shun him for about 3 years.
Well, he wants her in Batman Inc. because Batman Inc. is about to get rebooted.
Yeah. But so she joins some like government organization that basically deals with keeping the capes in line. And there's this guy named Bones who wears a suit and smokes cigars, and his head is a gray skull. And Batman seems very suspicious of him. He's he's gonna make you make decisions that are impossible to make. He's like he's gonna make you compromise everything you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever join him. But she's basically presented no other option. He just kind of like blackmails her into making her join the organization. So we'll see where it goes. There's a new arc
Spider-Woman.
next week. Kingdom had the trade for Elegy, which was the previous arc that leads up to all this stuff. So I think I might go pick that up when I've got some.
You're supposed
now that
to
I
have
have those
read that.
$100 of ones that I got last night.
The Amazing Spider-Man number
Yes,
677.
the Daredevil team writing the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, that is old Mark Wade over there.
And Daredevil's artist. Umberto Ramos did not draw this book.
Just the cover.
Just the cover.
It wasn't Paulo Rivera. It's a different guy.
It wasn't?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's not Paulo Rivera. But
Well, Paulo Rivera's going off Daredevil too, isn't he?
no, he's coming back to Daredevil. But I thought it was pretty cool.
I loved it.
I like
mean,
Black Cat.
I love Spider-Man. I wish that I could read about Spider-Man without the art being so terrible. And
agree.
That's why
You read Avenging Spider-Man?
yeah, that's why I read Avenging Spider-Man. And when Ramos gets off of Amazing, then I'll come back. But and that's all opinion. And I know we get a lot of negativity about that.
About Umberto
about
Ramos?
that we don't like Umberto Ramos.
Well, learn to draw.
Yeah, fucking whatever. The thing, this was really good. I mean, it's the Black Cat. I forgot the Black Cat had a power until this issue.
the bad luck.
Yeah,
Because she's a black cat.
yeah, I get it. It's pretty good. And I mean, she's
Very
in
domino.
she's in trouble. And her only alibi is that her and Spider-Man were together, but he can't tell anybody that, so he's got to get Daredevil to work his law trickery.
Lawyered.
Yeah, she's lawyering up.
The one of the funniest moments is when Matt Murdock is walking like in public with the woman from his office, or they're like the DA, I guess, who keeps stopping by his office, and Daredevil, and Spider-Man just shows up and is like, "Yo, Daredevil, need some help.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm not Daredevil. Who are you?
But the thing is, like,
Foggy, is that you?
Apparently his identity got blown
Big time.
a little while ago, and he's just kind of playing it off like he
no, I'm not.
everyone knows that he is, but he's like, nah. I'm not.
On Paulo Rivera's Twitter, he did have the shirt that Daredevil wore to the
Yeah,
Christmas
I
party
saw that.
said, I'm not
I'm
Daredevil.
not Daredevil. I want that shirt. I want that shirt so
I
bad.
want it so bad.
It's really good.
Green Lantern number 5.
Yep.
Step back, Mr. Warren. Step aside. Man, was this good?
It was really good.
Oh gosh.
Korrigar saved.
Well, yeah, but they still hate Sinestro.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, but who doesn't? You want him to change, like
I don't.
all these. No, I
He's
know.
a stock. He's like the stock Green Lantern villain.
No, but what I'm saying is, all this stuff that's happened, like you saved your civilization,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. These are life-changing things for everyone in the universe except for Sinestro.
Yeah.
He is constantly pissed.
That's
and
right.
Constantly like,
And he's got yellow eyes,
oh man,
which is a good indicator of his powers over fear. Basically, he gave everybody a ring, and
they turned on him.
and they turned on him, but it didn't work, of course, because he made the rings. And then he went and found his battery, and found
his lantern.
He found his lantern, and then got in the yellow battery and drained the yellow battery with his Green Lantern, and gave everybody tons of power and destroyed the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah, well, the Yellow Lantern Corps.
Essentially,
And
Yellow Lantern Corps.
And
Excuse me.
he basically made them all comatose because
Yeah.
he sapped all the power and
Right.
thus destroying their rings.
Right.
Or-
It's a really solid end of the arc. Hal Jordan loses his ring again.
yeah, he does not get
He doesn't get to keep
Green
it.
Lantern powers.
Well,
and
he gets to keep the ring, but he doesn't have a lantern,
doesn't
so
have
he
a
can't do
lantern to
anything with
charge
it. And him and Carol Ferris get together at the end.
That's
it was
good.
lovely.
It won't last.
I enjoyed it. It was good. Read it. Why not? Go.
Staying on our green kick,
Woo!
Jason Aaron's Incredible Hulk number 4.
This was not.
Damn right.
This was not as action packed as I'd hoped it would be.
No,
or am
but
I
it was
remembering
still
wrong?
awesome.
It was
still
good.
great. Hulk bats. I just want him to keep coming up with new animals. Hulk bats, Hulk tigers,
Hulk sharks.
Hulk sharks.
Hulk sharks were cool, but they're not. They don't work
Hulk
on land.
hogs.
They're sad.
Oh,
They're
poor
so
Hulk
sad.
pigs.
So are the tigers, though. Like, he
Yeah.
gives them, like, the pump-up speech. It's like, who do you love?
Yeah.
Father. Who do you hate?
Who's got a giant brain tumor? Father.
Yeah, man.
It's good.
Damn right. That's what
Si-
happens when you inject yourself with gamma radiation all the time.
And he's trying to get a
no.
gamma bomb going.
So,
I'm really enjoying. Jason Aaron is just like shitting out some of the best stories in comic
Oh,
books right
man.
now. Like he just puts a pen to paper and
he
he's like,
pisses excellence.
"Hey, did you know this? How good this was? No, here we go."
Check it out.
Like he could write anything. I mean, like Jason Aaron could get on like Justice League International.
Well, and his
Fucking
style.
do
make
it.
it genius.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge Jason Aaron right here.
Justice League at JLI.
Write some JLI.
I dare you to write a good Booster Gold.
What I think makes him really special is that from book to book the style changes so much.
Yeah.
It's a completely different feel and a completely
Well-
different pace, and it's always appropriate for the character.
Yeah,
and
but
the
there's
story.
that's a lot to be said for Jason Aaron, but it's also a lot to be said for his choice of artist.
That's true.
I don't know if you guys have ever read Scalped, but if you read Scalped and I didn't tell you who it was, you would have no idea. But it's really the same way with Wolverine and the X-Men. From Wolverine to Wolverine and the X-Men, you really can't tell.
Yeah.
Like, Incredible Hulk's completely different. He's such a versatile writer. He could write anything. I mean, he's just a genius. They need to put him on
Booster Gold.
no. They need to put him on something. Give him like Batgirl. Or something that's not doing well.
Is
do-
Gail Simone not
can
writing
you-
that?
She is, but it's getting critically panned. It's supposed to not be very good.
Ultimate Comics X-Men issue 6.
Dude,
Man, worst cover of all time.
we're bad.
God
cover.
damn right.
Bad cover.
Do
Worst
I
cover
recognize
art
this
ever.
face? Is that Christina Ricci? Like, like I feel like I've seen this person.
The Ultimate
before. Like, this
Universe
is an
covers
actual
suck
woman.
ass. Like they just suck.
All of them.
Yeah.
Except for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Spider-Man's always got cool
sometimes-
covers.
yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there have been a couple of bad
They all
ones.
look
Like
the same, though.
the one with Spider-Woman punched him in the face really wasn't that good of a cover.
And it was like, pow.
And there was like
they had,
stars,
the
and that
blam, yeah.
was like it's stupid. Ultimate X-Men number 6. Stryker is dead.
Sort of.
It's kind of.
I mean, so do we think his consciousness is inside the Nimrods?
I don't know
Is
if
he
I don't know
like
if I'm
the
there.
Nimrod network? Like,
I probably, but the thing that wasn't even what this book was about. This book was about why Rogue did what she did, and the whole thing was that she was gonna like take his power from him when he touched her instead of like getting rid of hers. She was actually going to take his.
Yeah.
Who put her up to it?
God.
Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Professor Xavier is in the shadows telling Rogue what to do, and apparently the three main characters are not ready to find out yet.
Yeah, Kitty, Bobby, and Johnny Storm.
It is. I was like, what? Because she kept on saying, "Hey, God done told me to do it, y'all."
Yeah, no, yeah. She said I had to.
And then she's sitting in
like,
church, and Charles Xavier like pops up behind her, like, "Hey, what went wrong there?" And I was like, "Oh no way!" It's really good.
Oh, Chuck.
I'm glad he's coming back. I'm glad we're seeing a lot more of him, like in Astonishing X-Men and this book. Boom, Superboy, number 5.
What happened?
I don't remember. We talked about this earlier.
Oh,
that,
he
like,
saved Red.
Yeah.
That was the
Did
whole
he?
thing. Yeah, because he saved.
Oh, yeah,
remember,
'cause
he
they were
saved her from that
transporting her.
convoy, and then made it back before the guy with the glasses got into his room to figure out what he was doing.
We were talking earlier that like it's important even if we don't remember what happened in a book to say that we didn't remember what happened in a book because that
It was
That usually has a lot to say
that
about
speaks
the
to
book.
what-
it moved the story along.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it wasn't super action packed. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye, Warren Ellis. in
Well,
Secret
we got
Avengers.
a point 1 coming.
It's Remender.
Remender's
Oh,
doing
is
the
it?
point
He's
one.
doing the point 1.
Yes. So thank you, Warren Ellis, for your service.
Thank you
for the last
indeed.
couple months.
You have done well.
You've done a very good
Done
job. You did
excellent.
a lot
Mhm.
better.
I would say
than,
excellent. There have been 2 really good issues, but there have been a couple of
The ones that I read were excellent.
20 was that 20 or 21?
That was 20.
20
And
was
then-
20
the
was
Black
super
Widow one.
unreal.
But this was, I think, was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Avengers number 21. Rock and roll. Damn it. No,
It was a nice one and done story.
Yeah.
I
it
mean-
was the Secret Avengers, and they're not going to be. That's
Yeah,
not
it
going to be
was-
the team anymore.
Yeah, it was just a little adventure with the team that I'm ready for it to not be.
Yep. I was just reading this book, waiting on it to not be 21
they're
anymore.
Keep a few like
They're gonna hold on to Valkyrie and they're gonna hold on to Black Widow
because they need the sexy ladies.
and Beast.
Thank God they're getting
Well,
getting
Beast
rid
is
of,
not. Beast is going to be ground squad. He's not in this. He's like the He's like their
Science team.
He's like their Charlie.
Right.
But I think that he's actually going out with them, and when Giant Man and all them are in it.
Right.
Okay.
When Remender takes over, he'll be like
Yeah.
task.
Oh my God! I can't wait for Hank Pym.
I will say this that up to this point, if I'm reading a super team, I want everyone to be super. Don't give me these shield agents that hang around.
You
Don't give me
getting
this Sharon Carter. I know she's Captain America's girlfriend, but
Yeah.
like give me people with superpowers. Moxie is not a superpower. You know,
Super Moxie.
like balls ain't a superpower
Balls ain't a-
unless you're John McClane.
Or Luke Cage.
But
Yeah,
Well,
but he's got like
got
steel skin
unbreakable
or
He does
Skin.
have skill skin.
yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Secret Avengers number 20 standout comic book, one of the
Yeah.
best of the year.
Yeah, just like solid one issue.
like last year, that was number 20 was one of the best of the year. 21 utterly forgettable
Yeah, I don't
for a
really-
book that's like for a transition issue.
You know
utterly
my
forgettable.
Hey, number 1 problem with it. It was just a variation of the bad guy from Avengers Academy. It was a hybrid.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
And they kept using hybrid as though it were a proper noun or something, and so I kept thinking they were talking about the villain from Avengers Academy, and then they weren't, and I got kind of confused.
And then they just blew up that building, and then that was it.
oh yeah, I remember.
Because they were like, "Well, we can't beat them, so everybody get out, so we can blow the building up." Like that was it was
Everyone
it
to the
was-
roof.
Yeah.
You're 30 floors below the ground.
Yeah, get up to the roof real fast.
Get up to the roof.
Good luck to you, because I'm gonna blow it up whether you get out or not.
We won't
So
blow-
hopefully you make it. It was. I mean, it was.
she
good.
was like, "I'm gonna burn this mother down," and I was
Yeah.
like, "You better not."
I just can't. I just can't. I mean, I read the whole book thinking, boy, when Remender's on, this is gonna be a lot better than this is.
Word. All right, Scarlet Spider number 1.
It was pretty cool.
See, Tyler, I must have misread your tweet earlier in the week. I thought you said Scarlet Spider is no good, or was that yours?
No. No.
Okay, because I was like,
I said
"Say it ain't
spoiler
so."
alert.
Oh.
Scarlet Spider is so good.
Oh, okay. It look. Maybe I can't read.
It's great.
I've been talking about Luther Strange all day.
love it.
so I can't.
I
politician.
love Scarlet Spider.
Oh man,
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was. I wouldn't say it was great. I thought it was what a first issue should have been.
Are you guys gonna pull it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading it for sure.
I loved it.
Trying to
I love emo Spider-Man. I love it. I'm down.
Basically, it's gonna get the same treatment as any #1 gets. You get 4 issues to prove that it's gonna be a good book, and if it's not good in 4 issues, I will.
I mean, it's hooked me pretty hard from It's hooked me pretty hard from like issue 1. I'm like
I want to find out what's up with the villain.
Yeah,
more than anything.
Yeah, but I want a Spider-Man book. That villain is weird. He just like makes everything really hot. Like that's his power. I mean, but anyway, it's yeah. His whole thing is like, I live in Texas. I make everything real hot.
Yeah, I hope they don't do a lot of, because he's like an Indian, right? I hope they don't do a lot of.
There really aren't a lot of Native Americans in Texas,
but I hope they don't do a lot of
like
I'm in Texas, so I'm gonna do ethnic.
There are a lot of. I mean, they could really only do Mexicans. A lot of white people in Texas.
Or like
lots of white, at least in Austin. In Austin, it's all skinny white people on bikes.
All of the bad guys in Scarlet Spider are going to be hipsters from now on. It's a great issue 1. We don't see the costume yet. Sort of. We got to see through the eyes of the costume. We see the mask.
He opens his
yeah, we saw the mask, but then there was one
worn it
panel that was like from the eyes of the mask that was like red when he's in the bathroom. It was I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna keep reading it.
Cool.
Thomas, you don't get to talk about this last one.
All right.
No, I don't.
Shattered Heroes Battle Scars 3 of 6.
Hotlanta.
Heating up.
Yeah, it's the 1 and 2 were like, but the third one, we still don't really know
what's
why
going on.
Everybody's after him.
Yeah.
So
more and more stuff. Deadpool. So Deadpool shows up in this. He's already gotten away from Taskmaster, which put.
Well, not really, because Taskmaster showed up and fought
sure.
Deadpool at the end.
Well, once he's gotten away from him once.
Yeah.
But Deadpool is being told that Marcus killed his mother.
Right. That's how they're getting the mercs to
go
come after him, is that he's a murderer.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the general conspiracy going on in the book, is that he killed his mom, even though he was in Iraq or Afghanistan.
I think he was in Iraq.
Okay.
Afghanistan.
Well,
Middle East. He was in
I
Middle.
think it's Iraq
because he was in Middle Earth.
Symkaria.
He was in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
So while he was in Middle Earth, his
He was
mom
in Puternikistan. Well, thanks for listening to Probably Comics this week in our weekly segment, What's in the Box?
What is in the box?
If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Uncanny Tom.
And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can DT Mills.
And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at LinkZ2.
If you'd like to follow the show on Twitter, you can follow us at Probably Comics, or you can check us out on Facebook.com/ProbablyComics.
Or you can just visit us at goodoldprobablycomics.com.
Or if you're my dad, you can go to Yahoo and type Probably Comics.
Are you Link's dad? Just get on Yahoo.
You can go to Yahoo, type Probably Comics in the search box.
Does your dad listen? Does your dad listen?
No, but he still can't type in a URL.
Oh.
Like, for his life, www mystifies him. Love you, Dad.
If you're
you're
my dad. Wait, I'm Link's dad.
Wait a minute.
This podcast is unofficially brought to you by Kingdom Comics of West Hills, Alabama.
Thanks, Dave.
And Albert and Jason.
And Clay, I found out the redhead.
What did we call him last time?
No, Roscoe's a guy that works there, though.
No.
Roscoe's a guy.
I'm pretty sure that Roscoe's the one that knew Nana.
Yeah. He's got glasses, and
But
he looks like a hipster.
The redheaded kid's name is Clay. Thanks,
Yeah.
Clay.
The hipster
Yeah.
is Roscoe.
I've never seen it.